Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to Informal Curtain Call, your new favorite movie podcast all about movies. And my name is Brendan O'Brien.
And I'm Johnny Nash.
And we have done it. We have the very first episode of our new movie podcast, Johnny.
Absolutely. High five!
Yes. Hit it on the first try. That was very good. So thank you guys all for listening to us. Johnny and I are really excited. It's been a long road to get to this first episode, huh?
Yep, it has been.
Yeah. Could have done it by ourselves, though. We definitely did not do it by ourselves. So the first thing right off the bat is we just want to give a huge shout out to Johnny's brother James Nash, who is he's our sound engineer. He's helped us, he's mentored us in a lot of ways in terms of how to record. He's given us advice about what kind of equipment to get, and it's, he's just made the entire process so much easier. So,
can I tell a story about the equipment that I bought? I'm not gonna say any names, but I went to the place and I saw the mics, and it's not a bad movie, so I apologize. We'll get there in a second. But I saw the mics. And under the mics was a label that said $59.
Good deal.
Whoa! So then I bring it up, and they weren't $59.
How much were they?
$100.
That's not $59.
That's a lot more.
Did you buy them?
No, I didn't. We're speaking into.
You are aware.
Ass.
You can. Yeah, we're speaking into ass. You can walk out of the store and buy microphones somewhere else. So you're a part of that problem.
You're a part of the problem.
I'm not a part of the solution.
Let's move on before we.
Okay. Anyway, so aside from just James, we also want to thank Nash, the band, for first of all recording our kick-ass theme song. If I do say so myself, it's pretty damn good.
Yes.
So, they're a great band. We love to listen to them, and you can check them out. They play once a month at D&D's in New City. Check them out there. They also play different areas, in New York City, Rockland County, and if you want to check them
California.
out... California, you can check them out at nashrocks.com or their Facebook page. It's Nash, spelled N.A.S.H. So, yeah. And then, a lot of other people along the way who've just been,
Family, friends.
Yeah, family, friends.
Those who we lost along the way. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rolling in silence.
So, the reason why we did the show is because Johnny and I, we're pretty good friends, I'd say.
We're decent.
We're decent at the moment.
After acquaintances.
Yeah, and, we've been friends since 2011, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because we met at RCC.
My 5th year in college.
Yeah, and that was my 2nd year in college. We met through improv, and, we had our own improv troupe for a while, the Plan B Players.
Hell yeah.
And then, me and Johnny, we realized we spent a lot of time talking about movies,
Absolutely.
So we figured why not make a podcast about talking about movies.
Every day we talk about movies. So.
Yep, so before we start getting into the kind of movies that me and Johnny both like, or just our thoughts on movies in general, we want to play a game that me and Johnny play all the time, and it's called 6 Degrees of Separation.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, so
Brendan, you should probably explain because I'm the guy that's like, oh yeah, you'll get it. You'll just play.
Okay. So you guys might know it's the same version that you would that was created by Kevin Bacon. Basically, the way you play is you pick 2 actors. Me and Johnny will each pick an actor, and you have to connect them through different movies that they've been in with other people. So, let's give an example.
How about Hugh Jackman
and Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Okay. It's controversial.
Yeah, it's okay.
So Hugh Jackman was in Les Mis with Russell Crowe.
He was. Russell Crowe was in Gladiator.
With, the girl who dated Orlando Bloom. What's her name?
The girl who dated Orlando Bloom?
Yeah, wasn't she in that? She's one of the, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie in a long time. She's the blonde one.
Who cares? No, I got a better one.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix.
And then, and Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson were in Science together.
Yes.
All right, so
that's yeah. So
the way that it would go, that was a messy example.
Yeah.
It was Hugh Jackman was in Les Mis with Russell Crowe. That's 1 degree. Russell Crowe was in Gladiator with Joaquin Phoenix. That's 2 degrees. And then Joaquin Phoenix was in Signs with Mel Gibson. That's 3 degrees. So we got that in 3 degrees. So that's basically the game works. But instead, me and Johnny are going to pick 2 actors, and then it'll kind of just sit there for the rest of the show, and you can feel free to write to us on the social media, text us personally, and just come up with your own version of it. And the less degrees, the better it is. So, so the count of 3, we'll just both pick someone, right?
Absolutely.
So 1, 2, 3.
Jim Carrey. The Mask.
Okay. Okay. So a different example. All right. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Daniels. Okay. All right. Third time's the charm. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Jeff Daniels.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. That's not even a degree.
That's 1 degree. It's a degree, I guess.
Yeah, it's 8 degree.
All right, different one. Let's start over. Okay, right.
All right.
Wait, let me think of someone. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, I got one.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Meryl
Ellen
Streep.
Page.
Who did you say?
Ellen Page.
Okay.
And Meryl Streep. All right, so
now that's the one that you guys have to settle with. And if you can do that, just write to us, and whoever gets in the less degrees first gets the top prize.
Yep.
They get to touch Brendan's face.
you gotta catch me first, though.
I don't even know if that's a prize.
No.
So while we do that, why don't we get into it? Let's talk movies, right?
Let's get into it. Yeah, that's what we're here
what's
for.
next on the agenda?
Yeah, we spent a whole 5 minutes talking about not movies, so let's talk about movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Actually, first, before we talk about the most recent, whatever came out in the couple months, I kind of thought of this game that we could play where I suggest a movie that you watch, and you suggest a movie I watch. Okay?
Oh, like a movie that we've never seen before.
Yes, like a movie I've never... Yeah. So, I think, and it's a good movie, if you disagree, I think you should watch Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, no, I've never seen Planet of the Apes. I've seen the Tim Burton one. Does that count? I'm just kidding. I know. I never... It's the who is it?
I hate you.
Charlton
Heston.
Yeah, no, I've never seen the original Planet of the Apes.
You know how like there's all the other 8 movies? Ignore those.
Okay.
Watch that. It'll be like
they're not connected at all.
No, absolutely not. You gotta watch it, not knowing anything.
Okay.
Don't ask questions, bro.
Okay.
The movie will be ruined.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen this one before. It's like for me top 3 favorite comedies of all time for me. This is Spinal Tap. I love that movie.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. I just know there's a lot of improv.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's really all I know.
All right, so...
I heard that Ozzy Osbourne saw it one time, and he didn't think it was funny because he thought it was a documentary.
Right, he thought it was a real band.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe I don't know. I already think that's hysterical, but I feel like going into seeing that, it's going to be more hysterical for me.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a specific taste.
Yeah.
I like what Edgar Wright, he's like one of my favorite directors. He said something once about when he first saw This is Spinal Tap, is one of the cool things about it is that you like kind of, if someone thought This is Spinal Tap was funny, you can kind of gauge that they had the same level of sense of humor of you. Because I mean, like some people like did take it very seriously, but some people just like didn't get the humor of it because it was the mockumentary before mockumentaries was really popular. Like now, people are making mockumentaries all the time. You know, like you have The Office, Parks and Rec, Modern Family, all this stuff. So, all right, cool. So, for next week's show, you have to watch This is Spinal Tap,
and you have to watch Planet of the Apes. Don't watch anything. Don't look up anything.
I won't.
God.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's begin.
Okay.
So, what so far at this point that we are at is the best movie of 2016?
Captain Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. I actually, it's funny. I made a list of my favorite movies of the year, top 10 favorite movies of the year so far, and I was back and forth between that one and Deadpool, because Deadpool also not take all the good movies of the year, but Captain Fantastic was a movie I went into and I had no knowledge of. I knew that Viggo Mortensen was in it, and I think I knew that Frank Langella was in it too.
I think that's the best way to watch a movie, is the less you know, the better.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my favorites too. I'm not gonna lie, when you said we'll get into this later, but when you said Captain, I was like, he's gonna say Captain America Civil War, it's gonna be awesome. But That and Don't Think Twice. I literally didn't see any of the trailers to. My friends talked a little about Don't Think Twice, and you were just like, "Oh, hey, you want to see Captain Fantastic?" I was like, "Not really. I have no idea what that is."
Yeah.
And then I saw it. I was like, "This is an awesome movie."
Yeah, and like I think we had talked about this a couple weeks ago, where we were talking. We kind of like summarizing the summer movie season, and I think the general consensus was that it was like pretty shitty.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah.
It was a bad but like specifically for the blockbusters, because that's kind of what you think of when you think of the summer movie season.
I also kind of think one of the big problems was the summer. It was after Star Wars, because Star Wars came out 2015 in Christmas, and that's like the blockbuster of all blockbusters.
Yeah.
So it's like now you're watching like sequels to movies that have been out for like only 3 years or 4 years or something like that. Having said that, I think Civil War was phenomenal.
Yeah, I would go as far to say that Civil War was the only summer blockbuster movie that I actually enjoyed. Me personally.
Yeah. You didn't like the Star Trek?
It was good. No, all right. So Star Trek was okay, but you know what? I don't know, because I like all the new Star Trek movies. But I didn't even tell you this. I watched Wrath of Khan for the first time.
Oh, what'd you think?
I loved it. It's so good. Like Ricardo Montalban is incredible. And like
he's awesome.
Yeah, I know. And I'm gonna get a lot of crap for not watching. But I never watched anything Star Trek when I was a kid growing up. You know. But I like you. I think the first Star Trek episode I watched was actually before we saw Into Darkness. And
Spacey.
Yeah,
I told you to watch Spacey.
Told me to watch Spacey because everyone kind of knew that was he's gonna be spoiler alert that Benedict Cumberbatch's character was gonna be Khan. So anyway, so like that was my like kind of introduction into the Star Trek of old. So but the new Star Trek movies, they're good, but they're I don't know, like there's not as much a sense of danger as the old ones. I don't think.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not surprising, but yeah. Anyway, but that aside, there wasn't really anything that I liked.
Yeah, you didn't like Batman versus Superman?
That wasn't even really the summer, but also like
that was very much sarcasm. I don't know if that transmitted through the mic, but I was not a fan.
Yeah, X-Men really disappointed me. I wasn't looking forward to it, but I thought X-Men would be a lot better.
I don't know. I just there was not a lot that I was really looking forward to. I mean, I get a lot of crap, but like I was just like Oscar Isaac as I almost said Bane. But Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse.
Yeah, but Bryan Singer had not made a bad X-Men movie up until X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, some people didn't like Days of Futures Past, which I'm kind of confused. I like that a lot. I think that I don't know. I think for me it's First Class, X-Men 2, and then Days of Futures Past.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the first one in a while.
The first one's good. It's fun because they didn't know what they were going to do in the future. Like that was like we're going to make this X-Men movie. It happens. Yeah. It's always more enjoyable to watch a movie that is kind of the movie is made just as like we don't know what's going to happen. Oh, another one I wanted, because we didn't talk about all the movies we loved about the summer, but Don't Breathe we saw right at the end of the summer. That was good. That was really good.
I did like that. I enjoyed that very much, especially that one part. Spoiler: when my man almost swallows a whole thing of his own.
Simone.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yo, that movie got a lot of crap on the internet because of that.
Really?
Like not just like that, but the
whole idea in general.
The idea, again, like spoiler and graphic content warning, but the fact that he is essentially raping these girls that he brings into captivity. And
I mean, I feel like though then that movie did a good job. If it's having people talk about, like, if it's causing an emotion, I feel like it's doing its job.
Yeah.
Some people might disagree with me, but I feel like if any type of movie makes you feel something, in a way, there's some kind of credibility to it.
Okay.
Unless it's just awful, like Suicide Squad, and you're just mad at you just spent like $12 on this movie and now you're pissed. I feel like any movie that you're like, if it makes you scared, if it like
So, but then what's the line of like, of showing a character? I mean, and they don't like glorify anything he's doing. He's like, without a doubt, like definitely a bad guy. And like,
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's a good guy.
No, right now, but I'm saying like, so can you like, do you think you can show like any level of like of violence or of
if it's purposeful to the story, probably gonna get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say. One of the shows that I very much dislike on TV that's very popular is American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
I just think a lot of the stuff that they do is to make people go like, "Oh my god!" and it's just like there's no really reason to it. Like they have like Edward Dildo hands, and it's like there's no reason to have such a character on this TV show.
Yeah.
But you have it, and that's what people are talking about. Meanwhile, there's probably a phenomenal story, but people are too busy talking about something that's like just a small part of the story.
Yeah, it's actually it's more satisfying when you're watching a movie and you think it's gonna go in like a really ridiculous, shocking direction, and then they kind of cut it back a little bit.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think like look at Jaws. Jaws is, it's not a bloody movie at all. I mean, there's blood, but it's not gory. But the stuff it shows is more frightening, I feel like, than a lot of the things. You hardly see the shark, and that to me is more scary than constantly seeing. Because again, this might sound weird, but I feel like when you're in a horror movie and you're watching a horror movie, the more you see the monster, the more you kind of become used to him.
Yeah.
And the less he's scary is. That's why I actually feel like It Follows is really scary, because it's never the same thing.
Right.
And it's always like, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be just some random naked lady.
Yeah, and because you're talking about Jaws, the cool thing about that, and this, I'm going to tie this into another movie that I mentioned, Deadpool, before. The cool thing about Jaws is that a part of the reason why you don't see the shark as much as you do is because they couldn't figure out a way to because obviously they didn't have CGI and it was all practical, so they couldn't figure out a way to show the shark and make him look scary all the time. So like they had to really make the moments when he shows up really impactful. So they had to create like when like the body parts wash on shore, or when you see like the result of the attack.
Yeah,
that's all because it was kind of like a budget thing. And the same thing happened in Deadpool, where in the final fight, it was supposed to be a huge shoot 'em up, like guns and bullets like flying everywhere, and the reason why it ended up being essentially like Deadpool's sword versus all these guys with guns is because they didn't have the budget for it, and that was just like their solution to it, which is like that. And I think that's the best way of making a movie is like giving restraints and having a creative mind to overcome those restraints.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people right now are probably like, these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. I'm turning off this podcast.
Some people may have already turned the podcast off.
Some people probably turned off the podcast when you're like, my name is Brendan. Oh, shit. I just thought of it. I got the 6 degrees.
Oh, this. I thought you were like
no, no. I actually really, I just thought of it. It's... Did you hear that?
Did you turn your phone off?
Yeah. Did you turn your phone off?
I have my phone. My phone's dead.
Of course it is. What else is new? I'll look for it. You can help too if you want. Brendan, what are you doing?
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Why aren't you helping me look?
Oh, I'm 1 degree away. Wait, hold on. Some Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Mark.
Okay.
Bale.
Okay, Brendan.
Oh, what?
I have good news and I have bad news.
What's the good news?
I found the phone.
What's the bad news?
It's unplugged. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. The phone's weird. Looks like it's from the 1930s or something.
Yeah.
Did you get the 6 degrees?
Oh yeah, it's...
Answer it.
You answer it.
You found it, you answer it.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay, fine.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Damn it! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Damn it!
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it!
That's what you get for always using scissors.
Okay. I'll get it. I would ask what's going on. but I'm afraid to hear the answer.
You're screwing with me, right?
I'm gonna plug the phone into the computer's telephone jack,
Why?
so our moviegoers can hear who calls into our show. Hello? Hello?
Glenn.
Who?
It's Glenn.
Who is it?
It's Glenn.
Glenn who?
Glenn who?
Glenn Fry.
Glenn Fry.
Glenn Fry. Glenn Fry from the Eagles?
Glenn Fry from the Eagles?
Yeah, Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
Yeah, Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
Oh, hey, Glenn Fry from the Eagles. My name is Brendan O'Brien.
And I'm Johnny Nash.
Wait, why are you calling into our show?
I have something important to say.
Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Right now?
Yeah.
I wanted to say hi to my fans and tell them take it easy. And I'm fine. Sorry, I've never done this before.
That's okay.
Where are you calling from, Glenn? Can I call you Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn is fine. I don't know where I am, but it's such a lovely place.
Such a lovely place?
That's what I said.
Oh, thanks for calling in. You know, we're both huge fans of your band, Glenn. Are you and the Eagles thinking about doing a reunion tour soon?
What was that?
I'd love to see you and the Eagles play again. Is it ever gonna happen?
That's not funny, man.
Did something happen with the band?
Something happened? Are you kidding?
Well, Glenn, if you want to say so.
You know what? This was a mistake. I shouldn't have called you guys.
What was that?
Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
Kind of a jerk, huh?
He sounded like he didn't know where he was.
Johnny, remember to edit around this part of the podcast before you upload it.
We can't edit out parts of the podcast.
Why not?
You know why.
Alright, well, now is as good a time as any to wrap up our first episode. We want to thank you all for listening to Informal Curtain Call. My name
Brendan.
is... Yeah? Oh. My partner is...
Brendan.
Johnny. Your name is Johnny. Until next time, we...
Brendan!
What?
Glenn Fry is dead.
Hello?
Dear boss.
Episode 1. Welcome to Informal Curtain Call. Thank you for listening to this episode of Informal Curtain Call, written by Johnny Nash and Brendan O'Brien. Glenn Fry was reincarnated by Joe Nash. You can follow Joe's band at nashrocks.com. This episode was sound engineered by James Nash. Original theme song written and performed by Nash. You can see more music from Nash on their Facebook page, on Instagram at Nash Band, and on their website, nashrocks.com. Please follow Informal Curtain Call on social media at Informal Curtain Call on Facebook and Instagram, as well as at INF Curtain Call on Twitter for special updates and previews for the next episode. Until next time.